Okay, it's time for the Immaterial Gamers Podcast with your hosts Terry and Ryan. And Steph is somewhere, but he won't be heard. Welcome to the show.
Well, that was a different start.
Yeah, it was right now. Now let me get off my performance mic.
Yeah, so this is episode 151 of our podcast. And yeah, we have on the screen, you see Ryan on your left side,
Hello.
and you see me on the right side. So, I guess we'll do what we normally do and start on what's been played. And Ryan, you're first because you're on the left side.
Oh, cool. Right. So,
But you forgot
while I'm
something. You forgot something. What's been
God damn. Sorry. One sec. I was going to need to change. If I knew I was going to need to change back to performance mic,
Oh, you broke
I
it, didn't you?
would have. I would
Putting
have
you
done
on
it
the
quicker. Hold
spot.
on. There we
I
go.
put you on the spot.
What's been played?
Uh, that's not gonna get old. That's awesome.
Oh, that's great. So, whoops, wrong setting.
Wrong setting. Now you're really
Have a look.
now you're all flustered. Oh, you're not speaking.
I've done it again, haven't I?
You've
Hold
done it
on.
again.
There we go. Is that better?
Yes.
Much better. Right.
Perfect.
So, what have I been playing? Well, I was playing a little known game by the name of Trackmania
Trackmania.
over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, Trackmania. Oh my god, people are a bit loud outside. I apologize.
We don't hear any
Probably
of it.
not hearing it, but well, I do, so I need to adjust that. So, Trackmania. It's a racing game by Nadeo and Ubisoft,
Nateo and
and
Ubisoft.
it's yeah, or Nadeo, I think it is Nadeo. But yeah, little Micro Machines style racing game where it's just you trying to beat tracks in the quickest possible time,
The quickest possible
driving
time.
ridiculously small and fast cars.
Okay.
Oh yeah, before we fully go into what's been played, I'm just going to slightly derail for a second. Last week, when you did the podcast, you and Dee and the voice of Steph, I noticed that it wasn't playing talk shows and podcasts.
Yeah.
It said that yous were playing Pod.
Yeah. We were playing Pod. I had a
So
clerical issue, a clerical error. And type POD, and then
oh
apparently when I went to click podcasts, it didn't take the click. So we were just playing pod. Don't
so
quite know what
yeah,
pod
I had a
is.
look and just quickly before we started the podcast. Well, speaking of Ubisoft, actually, Pod, or Planet of Death, simply titled Pod in North America, is a futuristic racing game for Windows.
Hey,
Released in 1997, the game is set in a distant. Sorry, go on.
that sounds like it's up your wheelhouse. But for some reason, I'm having
Yeah,
lag on your camera. I don't know if it's just me.
yeah, I've noticed it as well on Discord. There seems to be a thing. We're not still broadcasting from Brazil, are we?
I hope not. That wouldn't be good.
Let's quickly check. I will just check in our channel settings because we do our meeting through Discord, and no, it's set to automatic, and quality is auto. Bitrate
Let me double check my
seems to
Discord,
be
make sure I'm not
fine.
having network issues.
A ping of 88 milliseconds.
How do I check my ping
While
again?
you do that, I will just double.
32 milliseconds, so I'm not having any delay. 28, that's pretty good for where it is.
So I'm just checking our preview in the corner as well. One moment.
Yeah, there's definitely some.
Okay, that was a bit of awkward. That was some awkward timing. As I turned around to check the preview screen, it showed both of us looking away from the screen at the same time. So yeah, yeah, we just like went. "Meh."
That's funny.
So
Well, there's a little bit of desync in
but
the
yeah,
video,
so
but
pod is a. It's nothing we've not managed to do before. But yeah, so pod is a death racing game. So it's quite funny that I look at Trackmania, which is just a not death racing game, and still think, ah, Ubisoft, sure.
yeah.
I'm not good at it. Is basically the thing that I usually like my racing games where you sort of hard on the throttle and you can turn into the corners a little bit and everything's fine, and you've just blinded yourself with whatever you've looked at on the screen.
I closed anything that was running in the background, so I closed my Minecraft to see if that was causing it. But even my I thought maybe it was just like a processor problem, but I'm actually watching you talk, and the image is just way delayed for some reason. And why is everything so bright right now? I use a dark theme. Why is everything so bright? All right, we're getting darker.
uh,
There we go.
so yeah. So for the audio version of this podcast, by the way, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference if we weren't just all speaking about our, Twitch, Twitch difficulties.
Yeah, no, it's Stefan says it's me, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. Could be anywhere along the line somewhere.
Yeah, it could also be the fact that we're doing this as a transatlantic podcast. If people haven't already realised, Terry doesn't live in the United Kingdom; he's living in Canada.
Canada, Canada, Canada.
Britain, Britain.
It
No,
it, it doesn't
I just
work,
don't have the heart for it. I don't have the
and,
heart for it.
and there's not enough syllables. It just doesn't work.
Great Britain, Great Britain. Yeah,
United
you'll.
Kingdom. Too many
Ah,
syllables.
I forgot. Yeah, no, I forgot. I'm living in the UK post Brexit, aren't I? This is the Immaterial Great British podcast.
There you go. So yeah, let's go back to
Sorry.
what's been
So hold
played
on before we track me.
before we.
The Great British Podcast.
Oh God. England, England. There you go.
Oh God. So yeah. So there's three versions of the of Trackmania that you can get through Ubisoft and all that bollocks. You've got the free version, which you can just take part in the tournaments, do leaderboards, try and be the best in your region of the world that you can set up. So I'm like 1,000th in Northwest England. That's probably out of 1,100 people who are playing from Northwest England, mind.
Hey, look at you.
So yeah, those other like 100 people probably launched the game, set their thing, and didn't play. But but yeah, I've enjoyed it and I've played that. I've also, oh God, I'm looking at the chat. Right, Canada, Canada. Uh, but yeah, no, I've also been playing or getting back into a game called Genshin Impact. It's one of those anime weeaboo style free to play cross platform game. Gibraltar. Oh no, 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 Steph, come on, man, you're from Gib.
He is a jib. And now Ryan's thinking.
Sorry, I've
Now Ryan's thinking.
just spelled Gibraltar.
The awkward. Oh, he's trying to. He's trying to spell it. Ah.
It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. I think that's how it is. But if not, I'm totally wrong. And don't look at the chat. So yeah, Genshin Impact, Weeaboo, free to play. You are a guy whose sister's been kidnapped by some random force, and you get dropped into a fantasy world full of girls and also sometimes men,
Okay.
and you're trying to then save this world from being destroyed by the evil force that's taken your sister, and there's a lot of stuff, and it's very, very Breath of the Wild, like in terms of Zelda. It's just like lots of stamina and climbing things, and occasionally hitting people with your sword.
And occasionally, sorry.
And then there's a lot of leveling up, and then it's got your usual free to play mechanics, you know, limited currency per day to allow you to play. So it's just like, oh, play as much as you can briefly. But yeah, you know what? It's fun. It can be fun. Also, time. I know. We're sick of saying this, but I played Warframe as well, very briefly, as I've now unlocked and completed all the nodes on the galaxy map to play, or to do the Steel Path, which is bragging rights uber hard mode.
All you noobs playing Warframe.
Yeah, why'd you stop?
I barely played it. I think I only played it for like I think I only played it for like a day.
Yeah, back in the early access days.
Yeah, when it was like brand new and there wasn't much going on.
Yeah, when it didn't matter what faction you were facing, it was still on the same metallic ship.
Yeah.
Things have changed since then. They've changed a lot.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's got story.
Yeah, there's a lot more going on now. But
Mm.
I might get into it at some point. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but why did I do that? Don't block my
I
camera.
don't know. I don't know. Why did you do that?
Actually, the
Right.
the funny thing is, this podcast can't even see that because I have that portion of the camera cut out. Now they can see it. Dun 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 dun
Dun,
dun.
dun, 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 dun.
All right. So is that all you've?
Right.
That's not all you've
That,
played. I know that's
that's
not all
all.
you've played.
That's all. What do you mean? That's not all I've played.
I've
What else
watched
have
you
I played?
live stream other games.
Oh, well, yeah. I played Fall Guys. I played SMT3. I also finally got around to playing the DLC for the Solitaire Conspiracy.
Yeah, and I almost gave you shit for not doing that on a live stream.
Yeah, and I explained that in the live stream that you nearly gave me shit for not playing it during the live stream.
I missed that live stream sadly, but
Well, the VOD's there, and pretty much everything that we've recorded over the last week will end up on the Immaterial Gamers YouTube channel um, by Thursday.
yeah.
So that'll be on there, and we will talk a bit more about content and stuff like that a little bit later on in the podcast. But I'm gonna let Terry vamp for a minute, and then I'll come back to listen to what he's played, as I just need to go and get a viewer.
Okay. Um, but yeah, so yeah, basically, I don't know if the people are watching that have seen that one, but yeah, told me that he was gonna play that Solitaire Conspiracy DLC, and I'm like, hey, you were talking about playing that in live stream, so then I talked him into doing that live stream. So yeah, I just basically told the stream that I gave you shit for not or almost playing it before you live streamed it. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh well, lesson learned now.
Terry remembers everything.
If I promise to, if I promise to say at the end of the Biffleverse streams that I'm going to play the next expansion for Solitaire Conspiracy when it comes out, I better damn well do it.
Well, that's actually you said you were gonna play it when you were playing the Solitaire Conspiracy. When I watched you playing the Solitaire Conspiracy.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess because the oh,
That's
bloody
so weird.
autofocus sometimes catches me out so much.
That's so funny. I just love watching it on the
But
stream. It's in such a smaller
yeah, it's just
window, and it's literally just following your face. It's a little delayed, but it follows your face. It's pretty funny.
oh god, yeah, I've just saw it on the preview. It's just like, but yeah. Well, that being said, I'm happy. Be nice to see if they bring out more expansions and more DLC for Solitaire Conspiracy, because I like the two crews that have come out now, and it does suggest that there is still going to be this continuing story going on.
Hi,
That it,
Sapphire.
you Hi, Sapphire.
Oh, so
That
did you
was Sapphire,
notice?
everyone.
Yes. Did you notice that this is a little shorter this week? Yeah, it was mine and Sapphire's 3-year anniversary, and she was getting really annoyed with it, so I decided for our anniversary dinner that I'd trim it down a little bit. So, I was a good boy.
Hi, honey, I've given you a present.
Yeah!
What is it?
I trimmed my beard.
Yeah. I've become a man and
What are you
partaken in
drinking?
male grooming.
I'm drinking something
You're
better.
drinking. You're drinking. Rhymes with Jim Morton's.
Exactly. The President
I'm
of
drinking
Canada.
something. I'm drinking something made from girders.
Yours is a little bit better than mine, I think. Is there anything spiking it?
No,
Oh, never mind then.
no, I work tomorrow.
So? You're British! When does that ever stop British people?
Yeah, I'm probably like the most un-British person that you could probably meet. I mean, let's think of it this way: in terms of my accent, I'm not as Wythenshawe as it should be.
Yeah, I
Certainly
guess.
not very Manchester. I should be all right. Yeah, how's it going? Welcome to the Immaterial Gamers podcast. My name's Ryan, and I started to go brummy there. It's just like,
But to say, you almost sounded American there for a minute.
hello and welcome to the Immaterial Gamers podcast.
Oh
I can't,
god.
I can't, I can't.
Oh god. So, let's go to my what's been playing. And
Yeah, to Terry.
I streamed a little bit because I was off for an extra couple days this week because I got the prick, the COVID prick, and it stopped me.
So did I.
It actually gave me a slight fever, and my arm was very sore, so I decided to take a day off or an extra day off of work.
Mm.
Um, didn't feel like driving around the
Yeah, sort of like
country.
I.
Yeah, I didn't feel like driving
Oh,
around the country while with a slight fever and a very sore arm, so decided to take a couple days off.
so
And
let's take a quick break. Steph, you shut up. Cry babies.
how was your prick? Sounds so wrong.
Uh, I don't know if this ends up in the form of TOS here, but my jab was fine. I had that same sort of experience of you feeling a little bit rough and the arm hurting, but that was accelerated over the day.
Yeah, mine was
So
so
sort of
delayed.
by the time I woke up on the Saturday afternoon, it was like it's fine.
Yeah, mine was so delayed. I got my shot at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and till
Mm,
about 7 o'clock, so 6 hours, not a sign, no sore arm, no fever, and then at 7 o'clock, I started to get a little bit of a. I just started to feel very hot, like it just very subtle signs of a
mm.
fever. So I said, "Hey Sapphire, just feel my head. Maybe it's just warm in here." And she's like, "No, you feel pretty warm." I was like, oh, "Okay, so I'm getting slight fever. That's kind of normal for you. It just shows that your immune system's running." And
Yeah.
then my arm did get a little sore that night, and then the problem was I slept on it,
Yes.
and it was pretty sore in the morning, and the next day it was pretty like it was really bad the next day. Like it was just it hurt to move the arm at all. So it was good that I took that off. But because sort of the segue to what I was trying to say is because I was off, I got to do an extra live stream this week when that I didn't
Yeah.
get to do. And I played Noob Man's Sky, I mean No Man's Sky. Basically I decided I was going to try out No Man's Sky because I haven't tried it since basically it released and they didn't fulfill all their what they all that they said they were going to be. So I went back to it.
Ambitions, goals,
Yeah,
goals.
there you go. This is so weird how delayed your video is. I keep looking over to and I see you're talking and there's no audio coming up because it's already come out. So I keep delaying my chat or like I'll see you like we've sort of talked over each other a couple times because I don't see you
Mm.
moving. And it's just like yeah, well, I'll get used to it, but Yeah, so
Do you know what I've done now? I was about to say because of our preview window, and yeah, the sort of the lag's catching me off now. I've just moved our cameras away, and I'm just speaking into my camera and just see. We'll see how that works, I guess.
yeah, I'm looking at the Discord screen, not like the Twitch preview because that's very delayed. Um,
Oh no, I gave up on looking at the Twitch preview. It's
yeah,
just
that's
the Discord preview showing the lag, so I was just like, no, I'll just look at the red light now.
yeah. It's so weird though that both of our Discords say that the ping is fine. So something something's going funny. I don't know. It must
Yeah,
be maybe the voice servers are fine. There might be something with the video servers that are acting up because I believe it's two separate servers.
that is possible. Yeah,
But meh. Our only other option would be to jump on OBS Ninja and fight around with that, and that's a lot of headache. So, but yeah,
yeah,
so
we'd
I
have to get that set up a week in advance.
yeah at least a couple hours, like half an hour to an hour in advance. So if we had to scramble, like if Discord decided it wanted to drop down, maybe we would do that. But we'd probably just end up going to an audio
Yeah,
version or something. Um, but yeah, so I played No Man's
that's
Sky for a
true.
little
So
bit,
No Man's Sky.
and I tried to sucker Stefan into playing it, and he's just like, "No, no." They burned Stefan's opinion on it. He won't even give it another chance. So, and yeah, other than that,
I've been
um,
intending to give it another chance, but it's just like it's tough with everything else I'm playing. It's a lot to get into.
yeah, you have a lot of games. I was just at that point, and then we all get there that we're just like, I don't feel like playing that. I don't feel like playing that. I don't feel like playing that. What am I gonna play? And I just went through my list, and I love my space games. So I searched Steam, and I
Yes, you.
switched it to the tags of space. And I was like, I don't really feel like playing that one. I don't feel like playing that one. And I just worked my way through it. And I was like, No Man's Sky. In my head, I pictured No Man's Sky. Like, I remembered it a little bit, but I more or less pictured it as, what was that other game? Astroneers. Um, in my head, I had that
Yeah,
picture in of playing. And they do have some similarities. Um, but I kind of like No Man's Sky a little bit better. It seems a little bit more explory. Um, I don't
mm,
know why that has sound. I hope that didn't come through the stream. I guess we'll find out. But anyways, yeah. So basically, other than that, we did start playing a new Minecraft, and maybe I'll live stream it tonight. I'll ask Stefan if he wants to or not.
mhm,
Um, but we've started playing a Feed the Beast mod pack called Direwolves. It's a pretty common mod pack. Direwolf's one of the main people of Feed the Beast, and he always makes a mod blah blah a mod pack that's got a lot of magic mods in it, got a lot of tech mods in it, so it's up both mine and Stefan's wheelhouse. And for once, it's not a sky world, which is kind of nice. Um,
mm.
so yeah, other than that, I don't think I played much. I really wish some of the. I'm waiting for the next Minecraft mod pack before I actually get back into vanilla Minecraft. Just because the way they released it, they only released like half of the update that they were originally going to release. So they broke it into two, but that means I gotta wait till like basically Christmas now to play Minecraft, which kind of sucks. But there's plenty of other games to play, and my Steam list is pretty large, so I got lots of games to go back to. But yeah, other than that,
Steph has a city.
yeah, Steph has a. He took over a village, a normal vanilla NPC village that's not too far from my island in the middle of the ocean.
Mm,
And he's starting to put up a defensive wall, and it's basically turning into like old timely city. and he's going to need my help doing some work on it shortly. All right. So what about news?
Oh,
Oh, wait for it.
you keep vamping for a sec.
I am going to keep vamping, and yeah, so basically I might live stream that tonight actually. So, and we'll see if what he says.
News time.
All right.
Anyway,
Is it Prime Days?
so it is Prime Days
What days? Oh yeah, the 21st. It's almost always around the
and
21st.
22nd.
Son of a bitch, because I might need a power supply for my computer, and I just seen an advertisement for a power supply.
So
Advertisements.
yeah. So yeah, there we go. First bit of news. It's Prime Day
I wonder
if
if we'll
you're in
get
a cave.
sponsored by that. Imagine. That'd be awesome.
Maybe if we reach affiliate.
Yeah. Imagine if we
Oh,
were
if we hit
sponsored by
partner, it'd be definite.
Imagine if we got sponsored by Amazon. That'd be pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. This is the Immaterial Gamers podcast brought to you by Amazon.
Well, our
It's
podcast
not
is on
brought to
Amazon.
us by Amazon. It is on Amazon. Yeah, that's true. It's very true. So, news. So, there's a couple of pieces that I found I wanted to talk about. So, first, do you remember this little known indie game by the name of Cyberpunk?
I don't think it's an indie game, but yeah, I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was part of the joke, man.
I was going along with it.
So, yeah. So, you know when it came out and it was an absolute buggy mess? I mean that's an absolute buggy mess even in comparison to CD Projekt Games being buggy messes. It's basically let's be honest.
It's No
It's
Man's Sky.
Fallout. It's Fallout 86 or whatever. No, you see, because there was the thing. No Man's Sky wasn't buggy. It just
It
wasn't feature complete.
Yeah, it didn't have all the features in it.
So that's the sort of where that came from. But yeah, it was so buggy that the PS4 version of the game was bad.
Bad.
It was very bad. Hold on, I think I'm gonna need. We need to
Modify something there.
modify something here. Here, it was very bad.
Very, very bad.
It was bad.
Ooh, echo.
Very bad. Very bad.
Oh, that's why I didn't know it was Prime Day.
Why not?
Canada Prime Day postponed. Prime
What?
Prime Day is postponed in Canada due to COVID-19.
Wait, so we get Prime Day because we decided to open up early?
We've just started recently reopening, but we're not open till July 5th. Most of our
Uh,
stuff's not opening up. We let down our lockdowns, but we're not open. Like, we're sort of in a mid-range, like,
yes,
trickling
it's
off.
almost like you can walk out your front door, but we still don't want you getting
Yeah,
too close.
we're now allowed to go into stores where before literally we had to either call ahead or ask. They'd send someone out. We'd tell them what we want. They would go in, grab what we want, and bring it out to us, and
Oh,
hope that is what we asked them for. And if it's not, then they have to go back in again and come back out, and then it's just like, okay, I'll just take that. Just give me that. That's it. That's enough.
fine. Yes, no, we were supposed to be in the you can now just slaver all over all of each other and the virus doesn't exist anymore stage at this point, but people did that too early. So just as a confirmation, I know this will go out to the internet, and apparently doing like controversial drama or just like saying something and calling people out is the way to go these days. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, we've had our jabs last week, and funnily enough, I've not been killed by the shadowy cabal, or my signal to 5G has increased.
I have
It's funny
5G.
that. Well, I have 5G. It's on my phone.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to go into my head.
No, it goes in your arms, silly.
Wait, but they put it in my head, and it was a really big, really thick needle. It looked like there was something inside of it too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. To put the microchip in.
Yeah.
Um, no, we've got to be careful because that is TOS at the moment. It's like,
No,
but yeah,
I'm not a
sorry,
believer of
sorry,
that.
conspiracy theorists, or sorry, as what you like to call it, alternative viewpoint. I like to quote the great comedian. Well, I'll say comedian, the great musician, who's also a comedian and songwriter, Tim Minchin. When it comes to alternative medicine, alternative medicine has either been proved not to work or been proved not to work. Do you know what they call medicine that's been proved to work?
Medicine.
Medicine.
Uh,
So, it's just ridiculous. And don't give me all this, oh, but it's 7 years and it's long term and you're going to grow 3 arms and your eyes are going to fall out and fuck off. Sorry. It gets me.
I, I'm very weirded out by this
I have
news
people
article.
who would call. There's a radio presenter that I listen to, and he talks about what he calls your Auntie Doris's Facebook page. It's basically you got that one person on Facebook who doesn't read any news whatsoever, but shares random bullshit off Facebook and goes, "Yeah, see, it's true. That's what they said."
Just read the title of
Please
that
don't
one.
tell me you actually have an Auntie Doris. Oh wow, we
Uh,
will. We may come to that.
I think we probably
I
should.
mean, to the story.
It's just funny. Yeah, I was about to say the listeners might not understand, but me,
It's
me,
funny
me,
given
me,
it's
me.
funny given the subject matter,
Yeah, we might.
but
We'll
yeah,
we'll,
that
we'll
like
come to that.
yeah. So like the other subject matter that comes up is like people like, I will not wear face coverings. I'm tired of having a muzzle put around my face. And like, yeah, all right, love. Sorry, I didn't realize we were getting in the way of your human right to bite someone at a moment's notice. It pisses me off. Sorry. Anyway, video game. Um, Cyberpunk was taken off the PlayStation Store because it was that buggy when it first came out. As of like yesterday, it's now back on the PlayStation Store.
Woo!
Sony have deemed it certifiable that it can go back on the store for PS4. Though they highly, highly suggest playing it on a PS4 Pro or PS5.
Well, yeah, it's a pretty graphic intense game.
Yeah, yeah. And even if you had it, I love this Sky News article. It's like characters trapped in jerking animation loop, disappearing vehicles, and random nudity were among the glitches players experienced. The random nudity wasn't a bug; that's a feature. It's fucking cyberpunk.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, walking towards someone and finding themselves to be just an amorphous peach blob was problematic. Or the classic one that I saw was like they talked about the animation loops. It was watching like the same six people cross a zebra crossing or a junction over and over again because that's all they were programmed to do. They weren't programmed to move to any other parts of Night City. You just weren't supposed to stop long enough to watch them crossing this same road over and over again.
Hmm.
I mean, I've been having that while I've been going through the Mass Effect Legendary Edition playthrough. I'm obviously supposed to run past a woman in the Citadel embassy. Supposed to just run past the front desk and go to where I'm going. I'm not supposed to stay there and watch this one Asari in a yellow dress walk halfway down the corridor and then decide, nope, that's my animation finished, and run back to
And
just
then
at the desk and then walk
walk
forward
halfway again.
towards it again. Yeah. So So yeah, so congratulations, CD Projekt Red. You've managed to make yourself probably the one company in the world that has managed to be certified on PlayStation for the same game twice.
Yeah, they're good
So
at that.
yeah. So other news, and Martin's not around. I mean, this is really going to disappoint him actually because he's been waiting 9 years
Annoying.
for this, and it's not going to happen. So back in the early 2010s, the blossoming year of 2012, when we had the London Olympics, which were the best Olympics in the world. Um, the Earth didn't end, and you know other things. This was years before a virus and a pandemic would take everyone out. Um, Namkai Bando. Jesus, Ryan, wake up, wake up. Bandai Namco
Bandai Namco.
and Capcom were looking to do crossovers of their fighting games.
Woo!
And there were going to be two. There was Street Fighter X Tekken, which came out. So it was basically Tekken characters in a Street Fighter game.
Yep.
And then there was also going to be, oh, goodbye.
Bye. Bye
That'd
what?
be that'd be Stefan then. No?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, Stefan's gone.
I didn't. I don't have. I didn't hear my Discord sounds. So.
Yeah, that's my fault. But yeah, there was also going to be Tekken X Street Fighter, which is bringing the Street Fighter characters into the Tekken universe and playing them. They didn't succeed in that. I mean, Tekken number.
Um, I blame Stefan. Talk for a second.
I
Your audio is now synced to your video.
God damn it! Oh,
It was Stefan's fault.
it was Stefan all along.
That's pretty
Um,
funny. Oh, it's a little desynced again. A little bit, not as bad as it was.
yeah, well, I reckon so. The more people are in there, the more it was gonna.
Oh no, it's back to being screwed again.
Oh, so it was temporary.
Yep.
Oh well. But yeah, so the Tekken number, I don't know what it is now. Tekken 8, Tekken, Tekken,
18,750.
really the most recent one. Um, had a crossover. It had the character of Akuma from Street Fighter
Hakuna
just
Matata.
randomly appear, and he
Hakuna
no
Matata.
no
Such a wonderful phrase.
means no worries. But yeah, so he was a crossover character, and it's officially canon now in Tekken, which is weird. But as of today, it's officially announced that Tekken X Street Fighter is dead. 11 years total development time, and it was announced at the same time as as Street Fighter X Tekken, which did come out. Do you want to have a guess of how complete the project was in a percent?
Um, I don't even know. I never watched
Oh,
it or
don't,
never played it.
don't
So.
be shy.
Let's
No,
say
no, just the
25%.
percent of the project. 25. Oh, you weren't that far off. 30% after 11 years.
How did they
It was
obviously
completed
weren't putting
30%.
they weren't obviously putting a lot of effort into it.
Um, trying to think of like seeing the reasons why, because there's two news sources. One I'm looking at Enemy magazine, and the other I'm looking at Game Informer. Uh, and both of them are just like not really giving. I guess it's, to be honest, it's Japanese development. They don't usually like to give away reasons to why projects fell apart. They just like to tell you that it fell apart.
Yeah.
You usually sort of have to dig. I mean, I'll probably wait for the Matt McMuscles video for what happened to discuss why that had happened, because it will probably come up.
What happened?
There's a video series called What Happened, which is just talking about the development hell of games and what went wrong with them. I mean, he recently did one on Final Fantasy VII Remake, and just going for the idea of I don't just choose bad games as to why development was bad. Sometimes really highly, critically acclaimed games have terrible business cycles. So yeah, that's a shame. I guess Martin will just have to play Akuma all the time on Tekken now, because that's about as close as he's going to get to a Street Fighter Tekken crossover in Tekken universe. So Terry. What the heck is this article?
I don't know. It caught my eye, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of was surprising. But let me actually open it for a second.
Shall we? Oh,
Yeah.
you've just looked at the headline, haven't you?
Well, no.
Do you want
I
to say
did
the
open
headline
it.
or shall I?
I'll say the headline.
Here we
It's
go. Brace yourself, everyone.
Twitch bans streamers for simulated ear licking in I actually can't remember what ASMR is. And
Audio sensory ASMR.
uh,
Hold on. ASMR stands for
I think it,
Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. It's it's basically like whispering into the mic, and then just people start to get really like chilled out.
yeah.
And I could turn around and say that I'm picking up this glass, and if I have a look at the spherical nature of it, everything is really nice. And there was a video of like an Indian barber who could do ASMR while cutting your hair,
Oh.
and it's like, what?
But yeah, so anyways,
Rooster Teeth did a video of it. So.
let me actually get through the whole title. So Twitch bans streamers for simulated ear licking ASMR in yoga pants.
Is it the yoga pants that are the problem? Then I'm gonna guess.
Well,
Because I mean, let's be honest. If we go back a couple of weeks to the fact that they banned hot tub streamers, which you're probably going to explain in a second.
yeah, well, basically that's the reason Twitch gave from what I'm reading in this article.
Mm,
So, why didn't they just say the actual problem? Like, is it the ASMR part, or is it in yoga pants, or is it
mm,
like it's a very broad stroke of the paintbrush, would I say? I wanted to say the paintbrush part
Yeah,
in there, but like basically, I can understand. Um, but a month ago, Twitch responded to the rise in popularity of hot tub streams.
yeah. This PC gamer article. Yeah. Oh, have you not experienced the hot tub meta?
No, I have not. I my I spend most of my life driving. I don't really get to see a lot of videos.
That'd be a weird hot tub.
Yeah, but yeah. So apparently, Twitch has a new category of pools, hot tubs, and
Yeah,
beaches.
yeah.
Uh,
So for those where just chatting was not enough, and nor was talk shows and podcasts, it's specifically just chatting with your audience while in a hot tub, and you could ask for bit donations, and you'd write words on your head and other stuff, and like a couple of people have like dominated this whole idea. There is actually a channel on it. What was it, Amaranth?
yeah, I think I've
Wait,
seen that one. It has gazillions of fucking viewers all the time,
yeah.
and it's to me it's boring. But to each their own, right?
Well, yeah.
Like some people don't like, yeah. So yeah, but yeah, apparently they're banning people for ASMR in yoga pants.
Well,
Simulated
yeah.
ear licking ASMR. Like,
Yeah.
what does
And
this even mean?
so just assume, because like with people with ASMR, if you do get close to the mic and you do stuff like that, it does for some people it gives them the tingly sensation in their ears.
So then
And
they try to lick their ear.
mm,
I don't know.
mm, but yeah, so what they've done is they've licked the microphone.
Well, I remember
So for
hearing
someone
about
with ASMR, that just gives them the sensation of having their ears licked.
Yeah, I guess.
which then basically enters the realm of porn.
Yeah, well, isn't that why they were banning people that were showing their bare under, like the bottom of their foot? They were banning
Yeah.
people for that because it's a body part that shouldn't be seen or something. It's a private body part,
Mm.
basically.
Well, do you remember a couple of years back with Twitch there was what we'd like to call now cleavage gate?
Oh yeah, well
That there was
that's
the channel levels of whether they were for mature audience or not was dependent on what clothes female streamers were wearing and whether they were showing
a lot of cleavage.
like so like just normal stuff was fine. Um, Advisory was if they showed a bit of cleavage, and then if there was side boob, it was considered mature, and anything past that point obviously was considered not safe for Twitch.
Yeah. Or as they wrote it here, where was that I seen it? Not advertiser friendly.
Yeah, that's basically the whole of YouTube these days.
Yeah. Streams were demonetized by Twitch and deemed not advertiser friendly. So basically they don't want it to be on there because they can't advertise it.
Yeah, if an advertiser like Amazon, I know they own Prime and Twitch nowadays, but if you like wanted Amazon Prime videos and you're having your ads sent to someone sexually caressing a fucking mic stand, it doesn't exactly work out on what's going on. And I say this given the fact that Prime Video currently have a TV show on there that is a Japanese comedy show where the contestants are allowed to use anything in their power to try and force their fellow comedians to laugh while locked in a room. And when I mean anything, I mean there's a situation where a guy ends up beep, 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 and someone cleans it up with a paper towel.
That's wow.
I'll introduce you to the world of documental after the podcast, Harry.
Well, there you just advertised the name, so
Yeah, I can tell you the name. I'm just not going to tell you the content in the string because it's not safe for Twitch.
But anyway, so back to this. Apparently now Twitch is I'm not going to say that word. I said it 3 times in my head. Fine. Now I can't speak it. So they backpedaled and
Yeah.
they've removed the pools, hot tubs, and beaches category from Twitch. Apparently, being found to be sexy by others, and is wait.
Oh no.
Sorry, no, they didn't remove
No.
it. They
It's
backpedaled
no.
and said being found to be sexy by others is not against our rules. So
Yeah. So
I
so
misread
like
that.
we cut back to like cleavage gate,
Yeah.
and Amaranth she was doing these hot tub streams and people like, oh, this might be a bit too sexy for my children's eyes. So Twitch went nope, and then they added the hot tub channel after the fact and went, actually, being sexy is not a crime.
Yeah. If there's no nudity, it's not a crime, I
Just
guess.
as long as you're being yeah. But pretending you're licking someone is.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair to Twitch, yeah. There's a difference between like I am speaking like this to physically licking your mic
And also,
because
yeah, I'm
there's
not gonna lie. Also, if you had some boobies and cleavage showing, it might work a little bit better too.
yeah you've
That
turned it from Twitch to Twitch Hub.
yeah. Or fans only.
Yeah,
It's gotten a lot closer to fans only, but live.
of which she's now on there.
What?
Yeah. Amaram tweeted, so the end of the
Oh yeah,
PC
yeah,
Gamer article, it says Amaram tweeted that the ban has been good for her OnlyFans with 587 new subs on there since the ban a mere hour or two ago. And this was only 2 days ago, this article as
yeah.
well,
So,
so
kind of curious to
she's
see
probably
how
got a few
much.
more.
Yeah, especially now that this article's come up too. Like, this article will
New
advertise your
private
link.
window?
Do not want this to be recorded. If Ryan's camera goes blank, we know why.
Yeah, I'm not looking further on that
All right. So,
because yeah, she has just become what OnlyFans is considered. Anyway,
do you want to hit up that other article that I sent you?
oh yeah, yeah. So we all know about Among Us, and I actually read this while I was at work today as well before I started work. Um, because I always have a look at Kotaku and stuff like that. But this one's also from PC Gamer, but it's the same sort of thing. The Among Us developers felt burnt out due to the unexpected popularity of the game when it first came out. So, I mean, I say first came out. It came out in 2018, and it just flew under everyone's radar. And you know what it's like with this. You find this like YouTuber or Twitch streamer who goes, "Oh, hey guys, like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna play this game." And it happened to be Among Us, and then it spread like wildfire. And given the pandemic as well, and no one being able to go anywhere, Among Us became a massive hit 2 years after it had initially come out. Um, but that left the developers. Oh, who are they called? I'm sorry. Hold on. The name of them, something Sloth, something. Oh God,
Something sloth?
why are you not on the Inner Sloth? That's the name. Sorry. God, Among Us. I'm so sorry. I love your space beans. Please don't kill me. I'm not the imposter. Um, yeah, Inner Sloth. It
That
was a
sounds sus.
three-man team. Terry, can you just please read? Can you just do your movements round the Tim Hortons? Yeah, I'm voting Terry. Anyway,
Uh,
yeah. So yeah, it's a three-man crew for this now really really big game that now people are wanting more content, more stuff, new features, everything going. We want it now, now, now. And they're like, whoa, hold the phone. There's three of us.
and making the lobbies bigger, and the servers not being able to handle it all, and
Yeah.
then getting yelled at for it, and they're just like, "We're going as fast as we can."
I mean, I'll say they've had a good E3 now because they announced all that stuff like the 15 player lobbies and new maps, of which they showed us a really really great preview for one of the maps. It's a button. That's all they were allowed to show.
Yeah,
I
they like
loved that in the trailer. That was great.
companies like doing that.
Yeah. I mean, where Fall Guys has its like crossovers with absolutely every company in the world that wants to see what their costume looks like on a 6 foot beam. You know, no, believe me. There was, did you not know where the peak of this went, Terry? The battle of the brands.
No.
The for Mediatonic. This was last year at the real height of we want absolutely everyone. Burger King wanted a costume, Wendy's,
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
Coca
yeah.
Cola, and all that. So Mediatonic said, right, okay, you want a costume in the game, put your money where your mouth is. Donate to this charity. I've forgotten what the name of the charity called, but they provide sort of uh, accessibility controllers to disabled players.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So adaptive controllers. So it was basically bid. It's just going to be a public auction. You tell us how much you will pay to have your brand be a costume in Fall Guys. And at the end of the day, at the end of it, it went 4 ways. So it was like it went for £1 million or something like that, split 4 ways between G2 Esports. You'll know that name from the
Yeah.
LEC. Ninja, Mr. Beast. So they're two big YouTubers or game service players, and AimLab, I think they're called. So yeah,
Aim Lab.
250 grand each to have 4 costumes in the game.
Oh wow.
It was ridiculous. But yeah, so they had that, and Among Us have just got rabid fan base,
Well, at least they're getting lots of
and
money.
and and yeah, but they're getting themselves, but there was a point where they felt that they burnt out, like each individual person
Well, yeah, they need a break
was talking
too.
about the
There was only 3 of them, you said.
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, the quote here from who have we got here? Amy, so the artist Amy Lou. Among Us going viral, it was just like, okay, this is my life. The pressure to get things done quickly was really high. September to December, we're talking to Xbox, PlayStation. They're going to try and get Among Us on these platforms, which usually takes many months, like half a year to the year. We were like 3 months.
Wow.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's now everywhere. I mean, cross-platform. I mean, it started as a mobile and PC game,
Yeah.
and is now everywhere.
Well, the good thing is now the consoles are a lot easier to port to than they used to be because they're so much closer to computers now. Before,
Yeah.
like if you look at um what's it called? If you look at a Super Nintendo,
Mm,
it ran very differently than any computer.
yeah.
And not only that, but because of the speed at which it could process, gamers would use that as timers and stuff like that um, for their games. Basically,
Mm,
if it took so long to process something, you could time it. Well, you put that onto a computer with a much, much, much faster processor. Even at that time, computers had way much faster processors. And you try to simulate that,
mm,
all of a sudden the game has no timing. Everything's out of whack.
true.
So you had to, or vice versa. If you try to bring a game from a computer to that console, the timing is just so out of whack that it's yeah, it was hard. But now basically an Xbox is a computer. It really is. It just has a different UI
Yeah.
and a graphics or operating system, basically. Um,
Yeah.
and
I mean, in
PlayStation's
terms
about
of
the same too.
Microsoft, that was by design, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's like the whole Xbox as an architecture started really with Xbox One, of this, the supposed idea of it supposed to be being an all-in-one device for TV and all that. And okay, say what you will, kind of, it kind of worked. I mean, it probably took off more over in America than it did over here in Blighty, but um, yeah, but then so the Xbox Series S and Series X and all that business, all using the same architecture, but just different powers for people to have
yeah,
that way. I mean, they took a leaf out of Nintendo's book for that, I guess, with the sort of the Switch, because you've got the Switch, the whole design of it being a portable and a home console at the same time, which still to my 33-year-old brain at the moment is baffling still. I thought, hold on, this is a portable console that you can also plug into a HDMI dock and turn it into a TV console?
yeah.
What?
Well, I don't really like. I have a Switch. Well, we have 2 Switches actually, but I very rarely use my Switch in the TV now. Like,
Mm,
unless you're playing um, Mario Kart or Mario
like
Party or
party
something.
games, yeah.
Yeah, your party games. You're pretty much playing it. Well, I don't have many games for it either, but you're pretty much playing it as a handheld console. But it is kind of nice sometimes to throw it on the TV instead of seeing it on this little tiny 8-inch display or whatever it is.
Mm,
But back to what you were saying
yeah.
about the Among Us.
I was just saying, I mean, it's very nice that they've managed to.
They've
I
done a
guess at this
really
point
good job
they've,
for 3 people, and yeah, I can understand that they're a little burnt out. They've been probably going nonstop for well over a year now, because they really went viral just before COVID, didn't they? Or was it just
yeah.
after?
It was just after.
Yeah,
It was people. It was just people finding like games to play with other people because they needed to have some sort of interaction. Should actually say that that Innersloth is no longer a three-person group now.
yeah.
Among Us' success has, managed to increase
Well,
staff. I mean, it's
yeah,
still
they
in
got a little bit
indie,
more
but
money now, so
yeah.
they can afford to pay some people.
So good on them, and I'm looking forward to the new modes and the
Yeah,
lobbies,
that's
and that may end up on, we'll try and look at getting a few of us around, I guess, for Twitch streams of Among Us.
yeah,
Um,
that's definitely something that we should try to get back into as a group.
mm, especially if we use that, like, what a lot of people are using now, better crew link,
Yeah.
proximity voice mods. It does improve the streaming experience. I have to say that's what initially put me off Among Us streams, is that everyone's all talking around in the lobbies, and then they revealed the roles, and everyone's like, and then only speak when they sort of, you know, do their discussions. When you can walk past someone, you're hearing someone, go through, or if you're an imposter and you kill another bean, and then they just sort of like haunt you in the background,
Yeah.
and you have to sort of. Thing is, I was actually watching a loading ready run stream, and that was one of the best things. Someone had killed the player whose viewpoint it was, so he was haunting them, and he was just like, hey guys, can you hear me?" And he caught the other player out. He caught the imposter out because they were in the security room watching cameras, and they went, "Oh, what? You can speak through this?" And there was another player in there just so, what do you mean? I don't think you can speak through the cameras. What are you on about?
So there's
He
a
got
bit of a
himself caught out as an imposter because he was speaking to the ghost, not realizing that only he could hear the ghost.
That's funny.
So yeah, so I like better crew link for that, and it does make the games a lot better. It also is great when you do kill someone and you just hear in a very muted voice, "Motherfucker, you better," and then you just hear them disappear.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'd probably look at doing that on, like say, we could do that on Twitch. Which, speaking of,
Yeah. There's some
I guess we might as well.
exciting news.
Yeah. We're gonna. Okay. Long story short, we enjoy the Twitch streaming and feel that that might be the better way to go for the project overall. Now,
Yeah.
we're not gonna get rid of YouTube entirely
No, we're gonna
because
use YouTube as our VOD source. Like that's
yeah.
where videos and stuff that we make will go, but we're gonna lean more to the Twitch streaming side
Mhm.
because we're definitely seeing a lot more excitement towards Twitch,
Yeah.
and it just makes more sense. We enjoy it. We're getting a little bit more views. We're getting new followers and stuff a lot
Mhm.
easier on Twitch than we are on YouTube, and it makes our lives easier. And
Yeah.
when our
And
lives are
as
easier, we can produce more content and have a lot more fun with it.
Yeah, and as a mostly remote project as well. I mean, the pandemic was, yeah, I know I'm messing with my hair a bit. Um, I like it. I like always just getting that little bit there. There it
I
is.
can't
Oh,
do that. I
that's
could
like
do
the
that
edge
with
of
this.
like, yeah, yeah, there you go. You've got it. There you go. But yeah, no, it's like with the fact that we're mostly a remote project. I mean, even before the pandemic, it's tough to get people around in a room to do something because we don't have an office. We're just a bunch of, sort of people across two countries, for God's sake, with 4,000 miles of ocean in between.
Yeah.
Um, there's a tough way of doing it, and Twitch provides that interactivity that we don't get on recordings. Because unless you can get a whole bunch of people for something like play session, um, which is tough to get a lot of people, and even tougher if we're only recording a play session on a Friday night when most people are either working or asleep. Um, to the point where we could actually organize a Twitch stream, knowing that we've got a whole load of people to do something, and then we can do something live and interact with people as well. It sort of feels that it's better that way. Growth. I mean, slow and steady at the moment, but as I was saying in our Discord, that we're probably actually the rate of growth that we're getting on Twitch is doing a lot better in 6 months than the YouTube channel has done in 3 years. So, and sort of explained, Let's Play doesn't really work on YouTube anymore. People like video essays and podcasts. um, but not if you're going to go and watch a game for 2 hours, people would more likely watch a game.
they'd want to watch it
where they could
live.
speak with someone. Yeah,
They don't want to
and
watch like when I go to a YouTube video and I see a let's play that's hours long, usually I'm looking for a specific item in that video. I'm not
mm,
looking to watch a Minecraft video of a guy playing a mod pack that's 2+ hours long unless I'm looking to how did he get this machine working? So I go through his video and
mm,
find when he started setting up that machine. Um, if you
yeah,
want to watch
that,
something that's long and tedious, you want to do it on your own terms at your own time. And if you can interact with that person. That's sort of what you want.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna look at it now. Arguably, our best video by far, in terms of views alone, is one of Duncan and Andrea's Spooktober spectacular videos for the game Yuppie Psycho,
Yep.
which, as of today, we are live streaming on the 21st of June, 2021. This video came out on the 6th of November 2020. This was the bonus video for the executive edition. So the game had a massive update that dropped after they finished recording the original version of the game. 796 views in comparison to even their own other videos. 41, 36, 9, 7, 11, 5. So you got, yeah, 796 views. If you have a look at the analytics of it in terms of the average view time, let's have a look. It's a 2 hour 48-minute video. Average view duration is 11 minutes 43. And you know why? Because they played the entirety of the game from beginning to end, and where they got stuck or where people got stuck, they would refer to that video to see where they'd need to go. So it's popular, but not what YouTube would have as
It
a thing,
doesn't
because it's
get you
effectively a
noticed.
walkthrough
Yeah.
guide that someone.
Yeah, it doesn't get you
And I
noticed
mean,
because
I'm happy
it's
that it's got.
yeah, it just doesn't get you noticed because people are only watching it for short portions.
Yeah,
And a lot of views doesn't get you more viewers. Full viewings or
yeah,
close to full
views.
viewings.
Yeah, which is just mad. I mean, to be fair, it's on a list of view videos that have actually hit the 100 club in terms of views. Do you know what most of those most of those other views are? It's You Don't Know Jack
Yeah.
trivia episode. Cheats, big dirty cheats. They just wanted to know the answers to some questions. But yeah, so long story short on that, we're going to pivot the Let's Play stuff to Twitch. I've already mentioned that I'm probably going to retire a couple of my Let's Play series on there. Everyone else who is currently doing Let's Plays are given their own option. If they want to continue doing it on the YouTube, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Um, it's just that, like I say, we're just gonna. So, in terms of like a lot of content, so expect more streams going forward. Um, so Terry's, like I say, he's experimenting and seeing what he wants to get into. Steph is doing the same, is looking to stream. Sapphire is wanting to stream as well. Duncan and Andrea do actually want to look at something to stream if it's not Better Together. Um, that's the name of the series, just so it's good. Um, so they want to come on that. So I expect more streams over there, and we'll try and make you laugh, and we'll all be our derpy, funny selves in the process.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely leaning more towards streams, which is why we started moving our podcast to the streams. It just made a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you are still given the title of Twitch coordinator, I believe, or
Yep.
streaming coordinator.
Yeah. And I think it's a better step forward for us.
Mm,
I think it'll definitely work better for us.
And
So,
yeah, like I say, at that point, it removes dates off the schedule for the YouTube channel that could fit with video essays and stuff. I heard Duncan is really wanting to do other variety content, and I did say yes, but we tried to fill with the silly YouTube plan of trying to get a video out every day, and oh well, lessons learned, guys.
Yeah.
There's a there's only so much time of being stubborn we can do. So
We'll figure it. We'll get ourselves figured out too. We're learning.
yeah, yeah. So I'd say how long have we been going? It
It's
feels like we've
a
been going
it's a pretty good
a
length.
long time.
It's a pretty good length.
Ah,
So
that's fine. Well, I mean, I guess we're hitting Twitch's recommendations of trying to get close to 2 hour streams, even if it was done by accident.
yeah, well we it's only an hour and 15. It's not actually
Ah,
near 2 hours.
oh
It's
wow.
only
Okay.
about half an hour longer than our normal podcast. So
Yeah,
it's a pretty good one.
that's fine.
All right.
Yes, we're all good.
So are you gonna do the
So I guess it's
outro
time to
or?
wrap up. Oh, I guess I bloody have to do the outro now, don't
Yeah.
I? Um, I mean, Terry, you can tell us where everything's going, and I'll
Yeah.
get set up while we do.
So, any of you guys out there, like, follow, and subscribe us on all the social medias that we're on. We're at either at Immaterial Gamer or at Immaterial Gamers. And our audio versions of this podcast are available on pretty much anywhere you can get a podcast. I found it on some pretty no-name podcast sites, and anything that's linked to the RSS feed of podcasts can get it. So, yeah. And go!
Well, thank you everyone for watching or listening to the Immaterial Gamers podcast. It's been Terry and Ryan signing off for a Monday. So we'll see you next week until another stream.